other time in my life where I get to speak to this many people, so I'd really like to remember it. Everyone smile. Thank you. On that note, my name is Kaczanowski, and I'd like to welcome you to graduation. As a member of the band, I've spent the last 2 years sitting right down there, and if I've learned anything from watching the speeches, it's that brevity is a virtue to be cherished. In that, I promise not to fail you. I happened to be listening to the news recently, and after a few minutes, I was convinced that the end of the world was imminent. News centered on the inability of Congress to get anything accomplished, the impending collapse of the euro, a planet that may already be overpopulated, and, as usual, the apathy of today's youth. This uplifting news broadcast was interrupted by several long political attack ads featuring pointed, personal jabs at the other candidates. I can't say that I was filled with hope for the future. Actually, I'm terrified. Turns out, after graduation, you have to enter this thing called the real world. You have to do your own laundry, pay your own car insurance, and maybe even make dinner that doesn't involve a pizza box. And yet, as I stand here, surrounded by my classmates, my friends, I have hope. In each one of us, I see the potential to change the world. Under those caps and gowns, I see the doctors who will work for the joy of saving lives. I see the politicians who will work to change the world, to fight every day to ensure that no children go to sleep hungry and that everyone has access to a good education. I see teachers, factory workers, bus drivers, soldiers, and business people who embody the essence of America: independence, hard work, compassion, and integrity. That gives me hope, because at the end of the day, we are the future. That scary real world, it's what we make it. In 20 years, you won't remember this speech. Heck, in 20 minutes, you won't remember my speech. And in 20 years, who knows where we'll be? The future is uncertain. What I do know is that we will succeed. Certainly, there will be obstacles, but with hard work and determination, we will overcome them. After all, we survived the horrors of puberty and of high school drama. In the end, success is not measured by the money in a bank account, but by the lives that we touch and the happiness that we experience. Success is about finding your passion and pursuing it. It's about who you become, not about what you do. It's about daring to discover new things, to exploring new options, to dreaming bigger than we can ever accomplish. Maybe it's crazy to think that we can change the world, but if we cannot dream it, we cannot achieve it. As Steve Jobs once said, the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. This is it. Here's to the crazy ones. Here's to us, class of 2012. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the future. It is my great pleasure to introduce my fellow senior, Devin Little.